Happy Monday. Happy week 6. Want to welcome everyone here. I hope you had a pleasant weekend. Of course, yesterday was Father's Day. Hope y'all were able to go and enjoy and spend some time with your loved ones. Despite everything that's going on, that's very, very important. Make some time for those you love. Let's go into this newsletter real quick. I'm gonna kind of zoom through some of this. You guys already know. After this block, right, Friday at what time is it? About 6:45 or so, you officially begin your summer break. Okay, after Chef Miguel's class. Chef, did you get that email about Shelly about grades?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, you did. I think I responded to you guys. So we don't have a lot of turnaround time, just so we know, so you guys know what we're in and what we're up against. Any late assignments, you know, it's going to have to be Friday by midnight. Friday midnight. You know, usually we have an extra day or two, but not this week because we got to follow what Shelly's asking us to do, and that is Saturday by midnight. So I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be driving Friday afternoon, so I'm hoping my Zoom stays intact. But anything and everything that you all need to submit, including this week's work and any late work, needs to be submitted midnight Friday. Okay, midnight Friday. Chef, you mind? Oh, actually, I'll post that up here in a little bit in the chat. All right, so here are some more dates for y'all to know. It looks like Friday, the August 14th, will be in the same block when we come back. The last Friday of the block, right, Chef? Looks like it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it's last Friday. So next block will be kind of a shorter block as far as weeks and days. This is a great resource if you're having trouble with paying rent. I believe if you're in the Travis County area, even if you're not, that may be a good resource for you, and just to kind of look, see what they have to offer. Any issues with the portal? You guys know this from the last month or so. Go to Zendesk. Okay. Still not out of the woods with this whole deal. You know, yeah, surging across the country. Okay, you keep reading about it in the headlines and your news feeds. It's happening. It's all around us, y'all. Please be careful. Let's see. Oh, they broke this recipe down a little bit. There you go. Oh, half a cup.
Yeah, it's too much.
Half a cup. Oh, yeah, my goodness.
One capful, not half a cup.
Chef, is this from Clorox?
It should be. It should be one capful per gallon.
Wow.
Yes, it does becomes a little bit too strong.
It's way too strong. And when you consider, well, 4 ounces in 126. I don't know. That still seems a little strong for bleach.
Yeah, still too strong, but.
Uniform standards, they are what they are. They'll never change here for virtual learning. Jamil and Ann doing their thing. If you need another set of eyes with looking at your resumes, guys, and cover letters, by all means. Okay, don't be afraid to send them your example. I know we have commented on your submissions, but it doesn't hurt to have another set of eyes look at that and give you some feedback. This is who's hiring in the Austin area. I see some pretty good salary per hours.
Yeah, they raised the prices. I mean, the hourly wage, that's great.
Let it stay there, right, Chef? Let that be the new sweet spot here in Austin, which for a long time it was at 12 to 11 to 13. area, but now I'm starting to see some great numbers here. 14 plus, 16. Heck yeah. Let's do a little calculation. Let's do a little calculation here, just for kicks. 16 times 40, that's 640, right? That's 1280 every 2 weeks minus taxes. You're looking at $1,000 take home in 2 weeks. Okay, and let's say you work a little overtime. Let's say you put in 5 hours a week overtime. That's 16 and a half, right? So that's $24 an hour, right? You're taking home, yeah, you're taking home about $1,200, about $600 a week with a little overtime. You know, is that livable wage here in Austin? You know, some will argue, but $16 an hour, you know, is nothing to sneeze at.
College student, single life, no commitments, no big debts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roommates. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Walmart. No, is it Walmart? Target. I think Target. If I read the article right, threw down the gauntlet. $15 an hour. They're raising across the board. So I think it's important for Walmart and these big other companies to say, "Wow, let's do the same." Right? For your small moms and pops, it may not be. You know, there's a lot of loopholes. You know, with moms and pops, I think it's less than 50, right? Less than 25 in certain areas. Yeah, that's a whole different conversation. But there's some opportunities out there, y'all. It's Italian, Christina. All right, let's see what else is happening, just for fun.
Oh, so dummy.
Code of the week. Isn't that the truth?
It is.
Yep. Especially in this business, you know. Here's a little trivia. Oh wow. Huh.
So what do you guys think? Which number?
Let's put it in the chat, y'all.
Chinese food times 2.
Interesting.
Chicken, burgers.
Interesting. Bring them on, y'all. Let's see. You know, whenever I teach entrepreneurship, I always ask the students, does Austin need another barbecue joint? Right? And they're like, no. Does Austin need another burger joint? No, we got too many. No. The answer is yes to both of them. Texas loves beef. All right. Mm-hmm. Texans love our beef. We love our beef.
Raw,
right?
Very well done.
We, you know, and my burger is going to taste a little different than P. Terry's. P. Terry's tastes a little different than Whataburger. And, you know what I'm saying? It's a big market, you know, and, you know, burger business is a great business. So is the barbecue. Very expensive. But the answer is yeah. Heck yeah.
I love Dan's hamburgers.
Oh, Dan's. Don't get me started.
Good. They're so good.
Yes. All right, let's see what the answer is here. Chicken.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Chicken. Most ordered food in America is followed in order by Chinese, pizza, burgers, Mexican food. How about that? How about that? Popeyes on a good day, spicy. Come on now. Hard to beat.
Yeah, KFC killing them freaking chickens. That was December.
Popeye's chicken is good. I love their chicken. It's just their spicy chicken isn't spicy.
Oh,
Raising Cane's, you got Chick-fil-A, you got all kinds of chicken places. Pollo Loco, Poco Loco, Pollo Regio.
Bush's chicken, my opinion, best tea. Love their tea.
We used to have a place here called Dobbs. That chicken was the
Itself
best.
versus surgery, pain pills, rehab, and all that goes along with that.
Patients like Will are raving over the results. Call QC Kinetics today for
Okay.
yeah, I'm muted.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So chicken. Yeah, I keep hearing about this Gus's chicken from students. I guess it's a chain. There's a place downtown here in Austin. I'm not sure if they're still around. But Bush's, no way. Chicken Express, no thank you. KFC, yeah, maybe back, 30 years ago, not now.
Yeah.
Churches, maybe on a good day, maybe. Maybe. All right. All right, everybody. So, again, welcome to last week of the block. Welcome to Monday. Let's go over this week. Go over assignments, okay, and go over everything you all need to be working on top of Chef Miguel's class. Okay, so it may be like a lot. It may sound like a lot, but, we got to do it. We got to complete these assignments. This week, the assignment calls for writing struggle. Let me share my screen again. Calls for a writing struggle in the discussion. Okay, you're going to get in here and answer a couple questions. 3 to 5 sentences, okay? Which aspects of the course, if any, aided in your ability to confront your writing struggle? Once this course is complete, what steps will you take to continue to address this struggle? Okay, so go back to your first post, right? Writing struggle number 1, and kind of see if this course is kind of giving you a different light when it comes to writing and the approach in writing. Okay, so that's simple enough. The assignment is relatively easy and should be enjoyable. You're going to submit, okay, a restaurant concept, and you're going to write a page that may appear on the back of the menu, right? And here's something that's fantastic. You already have this. Okay, Chef Miguel already had asked you to do this. All you got to do is get in there and tweak it a little bit. Okay, so if I read Catherine's, if I turn over the menu of Catherine's business, I'm going to be able to see who she is, where she's from, how did this business come to be, her signature dish, any kind of accolades. That's a blurb. That's a restaurant blurb. Okay, and that's what you're going to be doing for this week. Questions?
Thoughts, comments, concerns, issues?
Right, Chef? They already have this little concept in their concept summary page.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is add a little bit about yourself. If you have a picture, that'd be great. A logo, anything that will help the the customer really understand who you are, your style, your approach to baking, your approach to culinary, right? So that should be very enjoyable. Okay. Easy, easy. Questions, comments? All right.
I can hear crickets in the background.
So notice it doesn't call for a website design. Okay, it doesn't call for a website design. So if you decide to submit a website design, let me double check something real quick before I. Chef, are you mandating them to do a website design for your class, or is it extra credit?
Extra credit, 10 points. Some of them have it, some of them don't. So if they do have a lower grade, is gonna improve their overall grade. If they do a website, if they don't, it's not required, but it does help.
Well, I think we should also offer extra credit for a website. Okay, you all are very creative. I know we're crunch time. We've got less than a week, right? Or right about a week, actually, to get all this in. But if you have a wonderful looking website of your business, go ahead and submit it for extra credit here. Okay. And I could come up with a rubric to kind of check off some of the things that we'll be looking for. And Chef, I'll get with you on that and we'll post it. And, I think it's just only helpful for your grade. Now this goes toward your overall course total. Okay. So if you're maybe like at a 79 and you do that website design, it will put you up to an 80, which is obviously a B. Okay. Same thing for an A, same thing for D to C, vice versa, so it could only be very beneficial to you guys. All right. Okay. Well, since there's no questions there, the lessons for this week talks about website design, restaurant documents, and creating a job aid. Okay. All important things, obviously, in the restaurant business. Okay. You all will come up with certain forms, certain documents, right? And they need to be clear. There can't be any kind of confusing information, right? And you should keep files of all these things. When I was in the business, I had a file folder for checklists, for write-ups, for schedules, anything and everything that we needed. Okay. Today, you all are going to be creating a checklist, an opening duty checklist and a closing duty checklist. Okay. I keep hearing students talk about how much they really do not enjoy where they work because of these things. I'm about to quit, Felix. Why? What's going on? Man, Chef doesn't do anything about the AM team. Well, what do you mean? I come in, there's nothing stocked, right? The place is dirty. There's no clean stations. I walk into my station and it's filthy. I'm like, okay. Do you guys have checklists? What's that? A checklist. AM checks off right before they clock out. They check off on it, making sure that everything's stocked, clean, sanitized, clean. No. It's foreign. It's a foreign. It's a foreign object. Guys, you cannot work in any kind of environment that you don't have any kind of accountability. You guys know that, right? And it's a real easy way to kind of address issues such as closing duties and opening duties without throwing anyone under the bus, because everyone has a clear understanding and the expectations are there, right? So you guys are before this class is over, you're going to create it. Okay, it's something that you all see every day. If you do, great. If you don't, this may be new to you.
You guys ever had an opening and closing checklist at work?
We have one at Lowe's.
Okay.
I haven't opened, but I've closed. And we have to restock our little aisles of our register. Make sure we have mild drinks that we need in there, snacks, all of the flashlights are stocked up. Just stocking our area and cleaning the floor. That's it.
Yeah. So here's an example of how one may look like. Okay, this is a very simple closing duty. Okay, this is something that's priority. Okay, this is what causes troubles and conflict in the workplace. Okay, especially now. Is there sanitation involved? Is it stocked? Are their counters cleaned? Is all food properly labeled and stored? Okay, is there all the shelving wiped down? Are the burners clean? This is the saute station, right? So you'll title it, and it could be anything. For the bakers, for the pastry students, it could be workbench, right? Whoever's working on the workbench, right? If that's their area, the main area, is everything around that area cleaned, sanitized, equipment cleaned and stocked. Burners cleaned, right? Change out pans, no edges with residue. Are the dirty towels removed and stored properly? Is ice emptied from the line? Okay. Who wants to come in with half melted ice so they could drop in their pans? No, it'll all that stuff. You'll be swimming in water before your first big turn. Product organized and rotated, right? First in, first out. All the fish and shellfish taken back to the walk-in or refrigerated, right? Low boy, right? Pulled shrimp. This is specific. Pull shrimp and lobster from the pepper area sinks. Remove everything from the top cooler unit. Station restocked for the next shift, and so on and so forth, right? This could be addressed anyhow, any way you see fit for your station, and it's the norm. And I don't understand how students could sit there and say, Felix, we no, our chef doesn't have any checklists. They don't exist in my kitchen, and I can't fathom that. Chef, what do you think?
It should be. I had them in my kitchens all the time, because if you're not well organized, you may have that disgruntled employee who, in the kitchen, there's always a battle between the AM and the PM. AM comes in, oh, the PM doesn't leave me crap. PM comes in, AM is a bunch of knuckleheads. They don't leave me prep. So it's always a constant battle. But if you have those checklists, you can possibly eliminate or reduce the amount of complaints on the AM versus the PM, and behind that line, as far as making sure everything's done, restock. Just like Miss Amber said, she has to restock the flashlights, little cashier's little displays, and then sweep them out the floor maybe. So same thing in the kitchen. You have to restock it for the next morning when the guy comes in, and the AM guy has to also restock it for the PM. In the perfect world, it has to be done. But sometimes it happens that it can't happen, or it won't happen because sometimes they get busy or they get slammed. But if they're open in communication, transparency, and they each watch each other's backs, you can have a smooth operating kitchen, and not have somebody that is disgruntled or mad and be that war against the AM versus the PM. Same thing with the servers, front of the house. Hey, they didn't do the side work last night. Look, the table's all dirty. Chairs not lined up. The floor wasn't swept. They didn't roll my silverware. They didn't polish the silverware. They didn't restock the glasses, and so forth, so on. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong if you don't manage them properly. And by doing so, you don't have to be the 24/7, but do have some checklists that your leaders or line cooks or head servers get, or head chefs, that it can follow up and have these things done, because otherwise, like I said, you're going to have some disgruntled employees, cook and servers, who are going to go to each other's necks, and it's going to be creating a huge fight between the team, and you don't want that. You definitely don't want that.
And it takes obviously a lot of concern and a lot of communication. Let's say you do get hit towards the end of your lunch shift, right? There's still no excuse not to get it done. So, you could split it up, and you could say, you know what, let me attack the checklist, man. Let me make sure the PM's stocked up while you finish, cleaning up our mess from the lunch shift. It could look many different ways. That checklist shouldn't be ignored, right? I mean, it's there for a reason. It's a living document. Now, the chef may say, you know what, don't worry about prepping, X, Y, Z. I'll take care of that, but do everything else. That should be out in your face, right? Hanging in the service station, hanging in the kitchen hallways, and wherever the staff is fully aware of that process. And I just, man, that used to save my behind. Well, Felix, who checked them out, right? Well, yeah, it looks like we missed it on that. Okay, who's working that shift? So okay, then now you know who's responsible, right? Chef can't work from six to midnight every single day. Can't do it. Although he did many times, right?
Yeah.
You did it, but chef, we got to be able to trust others, and this document helps us, right? It's so important. I'll be, checking out or leaving rather for the night, and I would hold my assistant managers accountable, right? My GMs, my supervisors, and I'll go back first thing in the morning, and I'd see, okay, what's checked off, what's not, and I would go back, and I would see, man, these guys aren't sweeping and mopping at night. What in the world? Or the salt and peppers. Oh, let me get with the hostess. This check is done. Let me go see what's going on. Oh, okay. And then I read the note, ran out of salt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, so the lunch hostess will come in and do that. So it really does help each other, and it avoids a lot of conflict. Okay. And we also learn from these documents, right? If it's just something so impossible that we can't do, then leave it towards the other shift or drop it down to the PM shift or vice versa, right? We're not trying to kill you guys. We're trying to make sure that things get done. But if you're telling us, hold on, chef, I'm struggling with just the time. We just can't get all this done because you have a scheduled from this time to this time. It's impossible. Okay, well, let me revisit that. Maybe I'll schedule a swing, right? Maybe I'll schedule some a little later to come in and help some of this, work on some of this stuff, right? So let's not ignore these checklists. I think very, very important. I'm a big believer in checklists because they work. Is Amber the only person who's familiar with checklists? Anyone else experience with, checklist at work?
My experience with checklists at work is that if an employee is not aware of it, then they're the ones that are not pulling their weight.
Why would they not be aware of it, though?
Because they don't care to be aware of it. They're just there to do the least amount of work possible.
Okay, then we got to show these guys the door, right?
Yes. In a perfect world, but you also don't want to be the one restaurant with the high turnover rate, because then you got to keep wasting money on retraining people. And so sometimes you're kind of just stuck with it. Bro, go around.
Well, so think about that, right? Last couple of weeks, we've been talking about interview and the hiring process, right? And sometimes we take a hit and we hire someone that's just not a good fit. But man, we shouldn't let these folks slide. We really shouldn't, And the first sign of them not caring about the business or the checklist, for that matter, that's a write-up, right? And I'm not going to let anyone slide, on I didn't know. Yes, you did. You're part of this team, man. I introduced you to this list and the job description day one. Okay, so there's no excuse for it. Yes, sir, Daniel.
Hello, sir. No, I just want to say that once you learn a checklist, what is a checklist? I think you apply it in your daily basis too, because I do. I mean, I got 3 boys, 1 in soccer and 2 in baseball. I got work. I got, bills to pay, things to do. So most of the time I don't call it a checklist. I call it like things to do list. And if I don't go by that, I pretty much forget a lot of stuff during my day. Because it's just so much stuff that, the mind is like that, at least mine. If I don't write things down, I forget.
Yeah. No, that's true. So you can incorporate it into your day-to-day activities, right? Your day-to-day routine. So no, I get it. I get it. Who else? Okay. All right. Well, do y'all want to see that sample again, or do you guys have a good idea?
Can I see the sample again?
There you go, sir. So each day of the week. Now, this is all up to you. Okay. It could be just Monday, and I'll be okay with that. Just anything that you want to be done per shift, per day. It's all up to you. This guy did it all week long. Okay, 7 days a week, and those are the initials. This is what needs to be done. There's a manager comment, didn't do, or I okayed it, or whatever, right? You always want to be able to show accountability and who's responsible for that. Okay. Maybe a date would be good. The date, of course, the actual item, and a place for initials and a place for comments. All right.
Where can we use one of these templates? Is there any way we can get one of these templates?
No, you can this is just a simple document, a Google Doc, that you could create a little table. Yeah, the lessons don't show any templates, but you can just get in there, Chubbs, and create it. It could be it doesn't have to be a chart even. It could just be what it is, a place for initial, right, and then the day. Okay, Arissa? All right, y'all, let's get after it. I want to see opening and closing duties. These are for your world, okay? Your station, your kitchen. Go for it. Chef, anything?
Yeah, they're real easy. They're not hard to make. Just think about each station as you go in, okay? It doesn't have to be on a spreadsheet. It can be in the Google Docs.
Exactly.
So, Chubbs, here's another example of that one in the Google Docs. Okay, it doesn't have to be a spreadsheet. Okay.
I just heard the death animation. It's over here by this girl. I don't know how she's going to die.
Perfect. Look at that.
This is for front of the house,
This looks like our checklist at work.
Yeah, similar to that. You can do it in a little Google Docs spreadsheet, or you can just do it in a regular Google Docs with bullet points. Okay. Even how much time it takes to do certain job tasks. Okay.
And then over to the side, Chef, you could just do like a little line that has the initials, right? Yep.
Yeah,
perfect.
On the side here, on the left, or on the right hand side, the initial as it had completed it. This one is for one. This one is for 2 persons. How to closing checklist. Okay. Okay. So anyways, 2 samples. One is in a spreadsheet, one is not. So it depends how you want to proceed with that one and create your own closing duties. Okay.
Is this a goddamn unicorn? I know there's like 99 different things.
Okay. So what you guys got?
All right, let's get after it, guys.
Is it specifically for back of house or can it be for front of house too?
This is your world. If you want to do front, that's fine. If you want to do back, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's one for open and one for closed. Sorry, I just got in my door.
Yes, ma'am. One open, one closed.
Okay. Thank you.
Speaking of Ms. Anaid, Mr. Phillips, Ms. Anaid had a very unusual assistance for help, and it had to do with how to write it and how to deliver it. So how did that go?
It went excellent.
You want to share with the class what how you worded it? Maybe not, even not too embarrassed.
Like the whole thing?
Well, yeah. Well, okay. Well, here's the scenario. Okay, there was an issue where she works, and there was some money that was being lost, some lost revenue, and she was trying to figure out how to deliver that message to the other business partner to make sure that at least some of the money was recovered on her part, as far as offering some help and assistance with that. The only thing with that issue was, sometimes we're in the business, we are kind of intimidated because we don't know how the other person is going to react, and we are unsure sometimes, or we're not confident enough to deliver that message that has to do with the business, because something that we have not dealt with, and our anxiety tends to get the best of us. In this case, it was worded properly, and hopefully it was delivered, and like you said, it went very fine. So anyway.
Sorry. I just moved my computer, or from my computer. So it went great. I got my full amount of money. But my issue is I'm 25 telling a 40-something, 50-something year old man, I don't know. I was just trying to be like, where's the rest of my product then if you didn't sell it? Because it is a significant loss, while not being too in your face about it, because I can be overly in your face about something, especially if I feel like I'm being wronged, and that's just anybody. But that's why I needed help.
So you needed a way to kind of word it?
So I sent it to, I'm just going to read it, but I sent it to Chef Miguel because I wasn't sure if it was going to, I wanted to know which way it would come off, because you don't want to be overly aggressive either, I guess. And I'm not trying to be passive aggressive. So the message reads, Paul, I'm sorry, that is a big revenue loss for both of our businesses. Since we are just beginning, it is difficult for us to have a deficit of 100 and X amount of monies. And I'm sure it is difficult for you as well to have a loss that sizable. What we can accommodate is this. We can cover half the monetary loss for our product. And this would mean that out of the total that you owe me, we subtract what you made, and off that loss, I'm willing to cover half of that loss, and would leave the total at X amount of monies for this week. Furthermore, we want to ensure that we are making the most of this partnership. Moving forward, we would like to decrease the amount of product in order to avoid another deficit to our business. This would mean that we make 4 burritos for the Wells Branch trailer and make the burritos to order at the roastery. since my mother is already there daily. Would that be something you could work with? Also, if possible, could we know which days sell the most product? This would help us narrow down the days where losses could potentially be big and help us create a more sustainable output moving forward. Thank you, me and Mom. And that's just like the condensed version. I tried.
So, any thoughts?
I guess I need a little more. So did product go missing, or something's not being rung up properly, or?
No, so I sent him the invoice, and the only thing he responded back with was, out of 70, I sold 18. That's literally all he said. There was no context of anything, and I was trying to figure out how to best word it without coming off like, B, where's my money at, H? You know?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to go there.
Yeah.
So out of the 70, he only sold 18. And what are they, tacos?
Burritos, 8-ounce breakfast burritos.
So where are they?
I don't know, but he paid for them, so I don't really care.
No. Where's the missing burritos?
I honestly can't say. They were delivered. He accounted for them every day. I have record. Always cover your ass, guys. Keep record of everything. So at the end of the week, when I sent my invoice, the only thing he said was, I only sold 18. He didn't say what happened to the other 52. He didn't say. And I'm not trying to speculate over what happened. Fact of the matter is, they're missing.
So 52 burritos are missing, but they still pay for them. But you offered to pay at least for the half of the loss.
I offered to pay for half the monetary loss. And he's like, we had a meeting earlier, that's why I was kind of late to class. But he paid for everything, and we just, made a, moving forward, this is how this is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Because I came in with all of my information printed, and I was like, these are the facts. What do you have?
In this case, you made the right decision because you had, again, CYA, cover your assets, documentation, invoices, and you sent 70 burritos, only 18 were sold. It doesn't matter what happened to the other ones. He had 70 in his possession, so his responsibility to fork out the money for the 71s, even though he said he only had sold 18 because they were delivered on his hands.
And I gave him the option of what's it called, commission base, where I take the remaining product and I take the loss. He didn't want to do that, so I gave him 70, and he paid me for the 70, even though he only sold 18.
That's the way it's supposed to be. But in your wording, you stated the issue, and you offered for him to recover some of the loss. But by saying I'll go ahead and pay for the half of the loss. But not only that, you went further and above and beyond to look at the future orders, how to not come across that issue again. Make him to order instead of 770 again. You only opted to make whatever he can sell, and if you wanted more, you could probably make more and send them out. So you address the issue, you came up with a game plan, you address the issue, you came up with a solution how to recover some of the lost money, you came up with a game plan and how to better execute it for the future. So that's the way it was worded. It was done really, really well.
I got a question.
As my last assignment, Felix.
Yes.
Perfect. That is how this class has helped. I am more professional sounding.
Yes, that's what it's all about. Making sure you deliver the message, because again, when you're business with someone else or you're doing business with another individual, you got to make sure, and we'll get to a question, Mr. Daniel, you got to make sure that you deliver the message professionally and write down all the facts, provide some assistance if you can, some of the recover loss. But not only that, go ahead and do a plan of action to prohibit or emit or reduce the amount of risks taken in the future and have more losses.
That's right. Go ahead, Daniel.
Oh no, I was just trying to understand the issue. I mean, he just able to sell 18, or he only received 18. I got lost in that one.
No.
The burrito.
So our invoice comes in weekly. So every day of the week, he gets 10 burritos. His person working whatever, I don't really care how he designated because that's not my issue. But they are checked in. And we have a kind of like whenever you have a vendor, they bring you the paper and you sign it because you received them.
Uh-huh.
So I have all of those for every day of the week. He received 70. When I sent him the invoice for the week, he said to me, I only sold 18. No context of anything else, just quite literally that half-ass sentence. So then I was trying to not come off as like Godfather, El Capo, like whatever.
Yeah, you're like a Chapo. I mean, you have to. I mean, you get a product, you gotta pay the product. I get that. I mean, although also I was trying to see beyond. I mean, he might be was just able to sell the 18 and trying to, let you know.
I wanted to preserve the professionalism. Mm-hmm. So that's why I asked Chef for help.
Cool.
Making sure that I wasn't.
You didn't have to break no knees and fingers.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, that was I was just thinking, because I was just saying. I mean, that he just don't care. I mean, I just sell 18 and I gotta pay you 18. I sell the others, I pay you the other money. That's the way I look at it. But it doesn't work like that. I mean,
no.
That's not how it works.
In this business, if you deliver 70 throughout the week, then the receiver pays for 70, no matter what happens to it, get sold or not sold, because you make throughout the week you made X amount during the week, so your totals for the week is 70. You send that invoice and it's supposed to be paid according to the amount that you sent. It got received, will sign off. Now whatever happens to them, whether he sold him, he ate him, whatever, that's not your problem. Your problem is, hey, I give you 70, you pay for 70. But in this case, you were so understanding. You were trying to, help him with his business. Say, hey, by the way, I can help you recover some of the lost money. But in the future, this is not going to happen again. This is what the game plan is for the future, to reduce the amount of error and, to reduce the amount of overproduction. So you're not sitting on 70, only sell 18.
Yeah, he probably didn't have that demand for those 70s.
Right.
Hurt.
So you did it right. You went above and beyond, but even trying to offer a small half of the compensation for the loss. This business is business. I'm sorry. You can be my best friend, my buddy, but when it comes down to money, you deliver 70, you pay up for 70. Whatever happens at your store is your problem. Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
In a professional manner, and you did so. That was great. If I were you, I'd keep that. If you send them a text or an email, print it and keep it on the file folder. Should any future occurrences may occur, so look, we agreed upon this in a while ago. So,
Yes.
CYA.
Cover your asses, people. Cover your asses and your assets.
Right.
Can never go wrong with black and white.
It is what it is. Money is money. Business is business. Ain't that personal? So you did really well. Really, really well.
Thank you, Chef.
What do you think, Mr. Felix?
I think so too, and I'm glad that this class has kind of helped you be a little more aware, because that's all it is, and this is for everybody. We got to be careful with our emotions and the way we drop those into a letter form or an email form, and don't be so quick to send it. Let's read it a couple of times, right? Be aware of your tone, be aware of your message, right? Is it clear? Are they going to read this and say, what? Hold on a minute. What are they saying? Right? So what is the message? Right? And always consider your audience and their interpretation. So a way to really protect yourself is to be clear, be to the point, and be neutral. Be neutral as possible. State the facts, state the reason, right? And this past exercise, the resolution, if there is any, right? Which there usually is. But no, I think it's good practice on Aid in real life.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
Two submissions on Restaurant Blurb.
How about that?
Yeah, Mr. Victor and Aid. Ooh, chops too.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Spring break is usually in March, correct?
Correct. That's where right before this thing hit. Remember, it was like the last week of March, and we had to condense the few days into a week, like 2 weeks of regionals into a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then doesn't normal colleges have a week off in April as well?
I don't know that. I just know that they have spring break.
Okay, thank you.
April, I don't know. Easter, but no, that's not a week off in holidays.
We call it La Semana Santa. That's our spring break. PR. Well, it's actually the Easterns.
Right. That's why we have spring break. This is the first opening and closing list from Victor.
All right.
Felix, I sent you a message. Did you receive that?
Is this through chat?
Yeah, in chat.
I did not. Oh, let's see. Okay. Yeah, on Victor's, I'd like to see a little more detail. What does everything mean? Restock everything, right? So that's kind of ambiguous. Someone could be like, "Hold on, that's not part of everything," or "I did everything," right? So Victor, if you're listening, it's great. I think it's great. You just kind of check it off there, but I also have a place for a date, right? Have a little place to sign off on, and the everything. What exactly is everything? Okay, so maybe be a little work on the wording there, so just to make sure there's no confusion, right? Because you don't want to waste time. You want someone to see this and know exactly what needs to be stocked up, and if it's oil or spices, or what kind of spices, right? So maybe a little more specific on number 8, right? That's about all that I could see from that.
Yeah, elaborate a little bit more.
Yeah. You don't want to give anyone excuses not to understand, right? So that's the importance of these documents, is there's no confusion. They know exactly what they have to do. Oh, here's a friendly reminder to do your survey, guys. So on top of everything else you have to do, can you please do the survey for this course? Think in advance. Hmm.
Me mandó un mensaje de que te compró un... ¿Ya no te está?
No, de que ya le mandó el gato.
Ay,
Chef, we might get a visitor here in just a minute.
Okay.
We should. I sent her instructions.
We lost one.
Who'd we lose?
Sierra?
Yeah.
We lost, yeah. Okay. $175. Jeez Louise. Might as well buy it here in the States. Probably cheaper if you can buy it.
Wow. Yeah, they're really cutting down. That's one of the things they ask you is I remember going recently, they don't ask you if you have any illegal things. They ask you, hey, you got any food? You got any food, cheese, or vegetables? I'm like, no, but I got about 8 bottles of tequila underneath my seat.
Well, so you can only have 2 bottles, right, or 1 bottle per car?
I think it's 4, chef.
Oh, then
yeah, no more than $100. So cheese and certain vegetables. maybe needs to go outside.
Yeah, I think I'm outside during the break. A few more minutes. That's his way of telling me, hey, I gotta go outside.
Yeah.
But I let him go outside and he's rolls around in the grass. I'm like, dude, really? Would you get to eat or something?
Yeah, our dog would be doing that. Caught one of my chihuahuas, my BB, my female chihuahua, eating a lizard the other day, chomping down on it. I'm like, BB, what in the world? What are you doing? He was crunching down on that thing. Is that bad for him?
I don't know. If it was a gecko, I don't, it could be poisonous, but
Yeah. Yeah, she hasn't been acting differently.
I guess it's good.
She eats anything though. I mean, my goodness.
Okay, so sorry, I've been working on a couple other assignments for this class. So for today's assignment, we're doing a write-up for like what the opening shift should do and what the closing shift should do, like what their duties are. Am I understanding that correctly, or am I totally off?
Yes. Yeah. Basically, it was you're creating a document, Allie, of a closing checklist and opening checklist and a closing checklist, based in your off of your world, your station, and it's just practice on creating that document.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Chef, anything else before we sign off today?
No, keep them working. You got a few more days to go. So
Yeah, any missing assignments, y'all, by all means, please submit them, okay? Reach out to us. All right. We'll do it again tomorrow, y'all. Have a great evening. Get ready for Chef Miguel. We'll see y'all tomorrow.